Morning and welcome to the ALTONA Rare Earths PLC annual general meeting. Throughout this recorded meeting, attendees will be in listen-only mode. Questions can be submitted any time via the Q&A tab situated on the right-hand corner of your screen. Simply type in your question and press send. The company may not be in a position to answer every question received during the meeting itself. However, the company can review all questions submitted today and publish responses where it's appropriate to do so. I'd now like to hand you over to Simon Charles, Non-Executive Chairman. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the annual general meeting of ALTONA Rare Earths PLC. It's now 11 o'clock. I'm Simon Charles, the non-executive chairman of the company, and I will act as chairman for the purposes of this AGM. The quorum necessary to constitute today's AGM is present. We have more than 2 shareholders present in person or by proxy, and I accordingly declare this meeting open. May I welcome those joining us virtually via the IMC platform, as well as the modest attendance here at our registered offices this morning. We'll start with the formal business of the AGM, followed by a short presentation by our CEO, Cedric Simonet, who's seated to my right, your left, and then we welcome the opportunity to answer any questions you have for the board as a whole. We also have present Louise Adrian, our Finance Director, and we have Christopher Anderson, also our other non-executive director, who is attending today virtually. With your permission, everybody, I propose that the notice of the AGM and each of the proposed resolutions set out in the notice is taken as read, and I'm going to look at the persons in the room for approval, and I have that approval. Thank you very much. So as we proceed through the meeting this morning, the slides will take you through each resolution and the proxies received by the company in relation to each of those resolutions. There will be the opportunity for questions from the floor in relation to the contents of each resolution. I'd be grateful if you do wish to put a question, if you would please state your name, and if you're a corporate representative, the name of the company that you're representing. So if we can please turn to resolution 1 on the slide. This is an ordinary resolution to adopt the company's annual accounts for the financial year ended 30th of June 2024, together with the director's report and the independent auditor's report on those accounts. We've noted in the slide the proxy votes in favour, against and withheld, and as you will see, were the resolution to be put to a poll, then the resolution would be carried unanimously. A poll is a slightly logistically more complex way of conducting a vote, and therefore, in the light of the overwhelming, almost foregone conclusion vote, I wouldn't propose to go through the poll process on this occasion, and propose, therefore, to dispose of this matter on a show of hands. Now, are there any questions relating to this resolution? I don't see any resolutions come up, so there being no further questions, I'll now put the vote of the meeting. Resolution 1 set out as item 1 in the notice as an ordinary resolution. All those in favour, please raise their hands. Any against? No. I declare resolution 1 carried as an ordinary resolution by the requisite majority. Resolution 2, next slide please, thank you, is an ordinary resolution to re-elect as director of the company Chris Anderson, who, having been appointed during the period, is retiring in accordance with the Articles of Association and being eligible, offers himself for re-election. Again, the proxy results, were it to be put to a poll, are set out on the slide. Are there any questions relating to this resolution? No, so no questions. I propose to put the vote of the meeting, resolution 2, set out as item 2 in the notice, as an ordinary resolution. All those in favour, please raise their hands. Thank you. I declare that resolution carried. Resolution 3 is an ordinary resolution to re-elect as a director of the company Cedric Simonet, who retires by rotation in accordance with the company's articles and, being eligible, offers himself for re-election. Again, the proxy results are set out on the slide. Are there any questions relating to this resolution? No, I see none. There being no questions, and I propose to put to the vote of the meeting the resolution set out as item 3 in the notice as an ordinary resolution. All those in favour, please raise their hands. Thank you. There are none against. I declare resolution 3 carried. Resolution 4 is an ordinary resolution to reappoint PKF Littlejohn LLP as auditors of the company to hold office from the conclusion of this meeting until the conclusion of the next AGM, at which annual accounts are laid before the company, and to authorise the directors to determine their remuneration. Again, proxy results in showing were it to put to a poll an overwhelming majority in favour. Are there any questions relating to this resolution? No, I see none. I now propose to put to the vote of the meeting the resolution set out as item 4 in the notice as an ordinary resolution. Will those in favour please raise their hands? Any against? No, thank you. I declare resolution 4 carried as an ordinary resolution by the requisite majority. Resolution 5 is an ordinary resolution that in substitution for existing authorities, the directors be generally and unconditionally authorised to allot equity securities up to an aggregate nominal amount of £400,000. Again, the proxy scores are set out on the slide. Are there any questions relating to this resolution? I see no questions put. I now propose to put to the vote of the meeting the resolution set out as item 5 in the notice convening this meeting as an ordinary resolution. Will those in favour please raise their hands? Those against? None against. I declare resolution 5 carried as an ordinary resolution by the requisite majority. I'll now move on to the special resolution. The directors be empowered to allot new ordinary shares of 1 pence each in the capital of the company, pursuant to the authority conferred by ordinary resolution 5, and to disapply preemption rights in respect of those shares. Again, the proxy scores are set out on the slide in relation to resolution 6. Are there any questions relating to this resolution? There being no questions, I now propose to put to the vote of the meeting the resolution set out as item 6 in the notice convening the meeting as a special resolution. Will those in favour please raise their hands? Any against? No. I declare resolution 6 carried as a special resolution by the requisite majority. Well, there being no further business, that concludes the formal business of the meeting. On behalf of my colleagues and myself, I'd like to thank you all for participating in the AGM. At this stage, however, I would like to pass over to the CEO, Cedric Simonet, for a short presentation and update on the company. After this, we will invite any general questions from shareholders. So thank you very much for your patience today, and I'd like to hand you over, please, to Cedric.
Thank you, Simon. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So we are just going to give you a short update on where we are. Obviously, you are aware of the recent RNSs we published, and we have done also a few interviews and presentations which are available on our website in the update section of the Investor Hub, and also through different social media. So as you know, our flagship project is the Monte-Muambe Rare Earth project, on which we have been working since 2021. We have made a lot of progress on this project, but in February we announced a slight change in our strategy, which involved diversifying into other critical minerals in addition to rare earths, and that's what we have been busy with since then. So the situation currently is that we are still continuing with Monte-Muambe, obviously, which contains a lot of value for the company. As you know, in October last year, we published a scoping study with a maiden JORC mineral resource estimate, 13.6 million tons at 2.42% total rare earth oxide. And since then, we are in the pre-feasibility study, with a focus at the moment on 2 key de-risking activities. One is obtaining a mining license. We have applied for a mining license. The mining license is in the final stages of the process for its grant. We expect it will be granted sometime over the next few weeks, so very, very soon. The second point on which we are putting a lot of attention is metallurgical testing. Metallurgical testing is very important for rare earth projects. We have samples which are being tested by SGS Lakefields in Canada, which is one of the most experienced laboratories for rare earths from carbonatite deposits, which is what we have at Monte-Muambe. And this metallurgical testing is very important because the potential positive impacts on the financials, which were given by the scoping study, are potentially very significant. So we are putting a lot of attention on this. Monte-Mouambé is a project for which we would like to bring a strategic investor on board. When I say strategic investor, I mean an investor who has interest in seeing the product coming out of the ground, someone who is going to use the product, the rare earths, so preferably someone downstream for us in the rare earth value chain. We are making progress on identifying a suitable investor, and we are getting a lot of support and interest from the US government on this. And we've had, again, recently communications with the US Embassy in Maputo with respect to this project. Investment, the entry of a strategic investor on Monte-Mouambé would be done at project level, at local subsidiary level, meaning it would be non-dilutive for existing ALTONA shareholders, which is quite important. Monte-Mouambé is a carbonatite type of deposits. Carbonatite often have different mineral resources, not just one, and that is the case with Monte-Mouambé. So we have recently identified a very interesting opportunity with a small fluorspar deposit, which is located on the western side of the carbonatite intrusion. And this fluorspar deposit is not very large, but it's very high grade. And for us, it is potentially an opportunity to put it into production with a production rate of 15 to 20,000 tons per year. A very simple process to get to a commercial product that would involve extracting the ore, crushing it, not milling, no milling would be involved, and using gravity separation methods to produce a lump concentrate, which could be sold. This is a very important project for us, and we are going to give it a lot of attention over the next few months, because potentially that would mean revenue into the company, potentially by the end of 2025. The capex for such a project would be in the range of $1 to $2 million. It's a relatively simple process. And we believe that we can fund this project from prepayments from buyers and commodity traders, and also through a local lending facility from a local bank using an offtake agreement as a security. So again, we would be able to get this project into production without doing a fundraise, which is very important for us. And once we get this project into production, it would bring some cash into the company, which could be reinvested in the pre-feasibility study of Monte-Mouambé, the rare earth project, and in our other exploration projects. So it's a very important project for us at the moment, because potentially it will bring revenue into the company, again, without creating any dilution for our existing shareholders. The other two projects are copper exploration projects, which are relatively similar. These were low-cost acquisitions, and the cost for initial exploration is also relatively low. On both projects, we have identified potential. The Kabompo South project in Zambia is an IOCG type of copper deposit associated to granite intrusions. The Sesana copper silver deposit, project in Botswana is associated to sedimentary type of copper deposits. Both projects have got very good technical merits. In addition, with the Sesana project, there is a very good commercial case also, because the project is located just 25 kilometers from the Kwemakau Zone 5 copper mine, which belongs to a Chinese company called MMG. And this copper mine was opened in just a couple of years ago. And MMG is currently expanding the production capacity of this mine, meaning that if we have a discovery on the Sesana project, we will be able to monetize this discovery, even if it's not large enough for a standalone mine, as long as the grade is good, we will be able to get the interest from our neighbors. So both these projects are expected to go into drilling during the course of next year. As you can see, we are in a very good position now with these 4 projects to have multiple ways of bringing value into the company and a lot of news flow, especially from Montemoambe, soon the grant of the mining license. A lot of news flow about the fluorspar project. We are expecting laboratory results in the next few weeks. We are expecting also in the short term a potential offtake agreements, and the scoping studies that we are doing on this project. The results will be announced during the first quarter of 2025. And for the copper project, there will be news flow from geophysical works on both projects and definition of drilling targets, and during the course of 2025, initial drilling. I think that's it for my presentation. We will now take questions from viewers, and I see there is already one question in. So I will read the question. There has been scurrilous rumors put out by disgruntled parties of an imminent cap raise at the company. Can you confirm there are no plans presently afoot to put this to bed? So the answer to this question is very simple, and if you've just listened to what I presented, you already know the answer. There is absolutely no plan to do a fundraise anytime soon, and on the contrary, we are putting a lot of attention on developing the company through funding opportunities which will come without a fundraise, and therefore without any dilution for our existing shareholders. We are very conscious about this, very careful about this. So again, I wish to assure you that these are rumors and there is no imminent cap raise whatsoever. I think that is the only question we've got. Let me just confirm. Yeah, so over to you.
Cedric, thank you very much indeed. Cedric, Simon, thanks indeed for updating attendees today. Could I please ask attendees not to close this session, as you'll be automatically redirected to provide your feedback in order the management team can better understand your views and expectations. This will only take a few moments to complete and is greatly valued by the company. On behalf of the board of ALTONA Rare Earths PLC, we'd like to thank you for attending today's annual general meeting, and good morning to you all.
Thank you very much. Good morning.